Welcome to SWTafe Building Department. This demonstration by Chris Holloway will show how to make, using hand tools, a through mortise joint.
Hello, today we're showing how to make a through mortise joint. We want the timber to be placed in the middle of the stile. And I'm actually just starting to mark accurately out the size of the hole or the size of the mortise in the timber. And I'm being very accurate in making sure that those lines are exactly to the size of the timber. I'm now going into the process of working out how to make sure that that other piece of timber will go in the middle of my stile. So I'm holding it to one side, measuring the difference, and it'll be it's 54 millimeters as shown, so the half of 54 is 27. I will now get my marking gauge and pinpoint the positions of the sides of the piece of timber that's going to go in. I prick it with the marking gauge and make a scribe to make it a nice neat line, and it's very, very accurate. I mark it from both sides so it'll be the same distance in from both edges of the timber. I highlight the area that I want to cut out because there's nothing worse than cutting the wrong side of the line. I then precisely cut with my chisel into the end grain and then work a fine line along the grain to make a definite edge of where my timber is going to go. If I go outside my line, it will not be possible to make an accurate cut. Here I am, I'm chiseling out the excess, working my way along the timber and gouging down until I get approximately 2/3 of the way through the stick. It takes a little while. Throughout this video you're going to see that I've actually sped up the amount of time it actually takes, because it's to give you a little bit of an idea, to do it in real time I think it took around about 13.5 minutes. So it'll be fairly tedious for you guys to be watching me go through this process. So the idea is that while we're hurrying it up, you can see that I'm working my way through the timber. I clamp the timber down on the workbench because I need to have both hands on the tools, working around all edges, chipping away, making sure that I work my way down evenly and keeping my cuts square to the face of the timber. The secret to any of these sorts of jobs is to make sure that you have nice sharp tools. You cannot do accurate work if your tools are blunt. So if you keep your tools nice and sharp, it makes the process so much easier. So you're not forcing the tool, yet the tool does the work. I'm getting close to turning my material over and now working from the other side. I will transfer my lines around, my original set out lines, and yeah, as you can see I'm working on both edges and I will square that across the timber. Being extremely accurate is the secret to making these joints fit. I double check against my material and I pin, prick and mark with my marking gauge once again. I'm not quite this quick of a worker, but for the process of the video I thought it would be a good idea for you to see how the process is done. Again, I work around all edges accurately, not overworking it, just taking my time and start chiseling along the grain. You may notice that when I'm getting near the where I'm cutting across the grain, I don't just rip the timber out, because if I do that I'm going to tear the grain of the timber. I'm getting pretty close to the finished article now. I just true up the edges, make sure there's no excess wood chips inside the cut. As you can see, it's the same both sides, and now the test to see if my timber fits. Again, the set out is the secret to it. It takes time, and thank you very much for watching the video.
This was one in a series demonstrating skills in the building and construction courses at SWTafe.